Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. 2009 Honda Civic rear wheel bearing replacement. I guess hub assembly. Pretty darn easy. I've got it apart already. 4 14mm bolts from the back side. You see them poking out. I did take this little clip out to make it easier. You just squeeze both sides. They squeeze to pull out a little square hole. Just make it a little easier. Speed sensor. It's sticking right there. Must be something there. Just make sure when you take the old one out, the O-ring isn't in there, otherwise you'll have difficulty putting the new one in and making it flush. So no special slots, it doesn't look like, for worrying about hitting that sensor tab. I think it goes in one way. I think there's a difference between the top and the bottom, so seems to be more of an arc here, so I think this goes on top. Ooh, a couple notches too actually there. I'm guessing or assuming if you're in a rusty part of the country that the backing plate might be sticking on here. This dropped out really nice out here in Oregon, but you guys might not be as lucky. Then it might need some some rust penetrant. You might need to spray something in here to separate it. And then just be careful of the backing plate not falling anywhere crazy and damaging anything. But I think it'll be fine. Here's the basic tools I used. Pretty easy. Ratchet, 14mm wobbly, then extension. Get the bolts. Just another angle, and you can see where this fits in here. That's where I used a little screwdriver to pop the little tangs and pull it out. So once I torque these down, I'll snap this into place. I'll give you those torque specs shortly. Drum should just slide on and off for the most part. If it doesn't, you could grab tap it with a hammer a few times, or a 8mm bolt. 8 by 1.25 is the thread pitch here. You can screw it in here. It'll force the drum off of the hub, of course. Probably 76 to 80 foot-pounds is the torque spec on that. Tighten them in a crisscross pattern. Tighten them as tight as you can go, and then put the vehicle back on the ground, because of course you'll want to jack up the vehicle. Nice pinch weld spot right here for a jack. Use a jack, use safety stands. You want to break the bolts loose when you're starting, just a turn or two, then jack up the vehicle, get it off the ground on the side that you're working on. Take the lug nuts off all the way, take the tire off, and begin the process we just talked about. So we'll just snug these all up and torque them down to 80 foot-pounds, and that'll be the job. And I'll get you the torque specs for the hub. Alright, 47 foot-pounds is the torque spec for the 4 bolts that hold the hub on. My basic tools I used: ratchet, 14mm, swivel, extension, a gun to make things faster, a couple torque wrenches, breaker bar, and 19mm for the lug nuts. That's really all you need for this job on your 2009 Honda Civic rear wheel bearing hub assembly replacement. Pretty easy.